Hello, night traveler. This is Lunas, your dream teller from Magical Nights. Wrap yourself in your blanket and let your imagination flow freely as we venture through the enchanted paths of magical and fantastic tales. Tonight, our stories unfold in a mystical Celtic port. Dr. Aisling O'Donnell, a determined marine biologist, discovers an ancient amulet in the depths. But this discovery leads her to a magical encounter with Lyre, the merman guardian of ocean secrets. Together, they face unimaginable dangers and form an unexpected alliance to protect the balance between worlds. Ready to dream? In the small port of Tir na Mara, shrouded in mystical mists and ancient legends, the daily life of the Celts follows its course in harmony with nature and the sea. This port is a vital trading point, but also a place where the mystical and the mundane meet. The port's waters are deep and dark, reflecting the cloudy sky and holding ancient secrets in their depths. Fishing boats, with sails worn by time, sway gently in the waters while seagulls cry and hover, searching for fish. The inhabitants of Tir na Mara, descendants of the ancient Celts, preserve traditions lost in time. On full moon nights, it is common to see bonfires lit on nearby hills, where rituals are performed to honor the gods and sea spirits. Songs and dances are accompanied by harps and flutes, creating a magical atmosphere that blends the sound of waves with the music of the elders. Stories of mythical creatures, such as mermaids and mermen, are passed down from generation to generation, mixing fascination and fear. These legends are told around the bonfires, fueling the children's imagination and the adults' reverence. Marine biologist Dr. Aisling O'Donnell, a woman of curious spirit and unwavering determination, arrives at this port to study local marine life. Fascinated by the fishermen's tales, she finds herself increasingly drawn into the stories about a merman who inhabits the deep waters of the port. Initially reluctant to share their secrets with an outsider, the fishermen begin to open up to Aisling as they perceive her genuine respect and interest in the local culture. Aisling, with her long brown hair and bright green eyes, has always had a deep connection with the sea. Since childhood, she spent hours exploring beaches and observing marine life. Her passion led her to become a respected marine biologist, known for her ability to unravel underwater mysteries. Now, in Tir na Mara, she feels she is about to discover something beyond science, something that touches the very roots of the human soul. Tir na Mara is surrounded by stunning landscapes, with steep cliffs plunging into the ocean and green meadows stretching as far as the eye can see. Stone houses with thatched roofs line the narrow streets of the port, creating a sense that time has stood still. The inhabitants live according to the tides, fishing, farming, and keeping alive the tradition of storytelling. For Aisling, this town is a treasure trove of culture and knowledge, a place where she can deepen her understanding of both marine biology and Celtic legends. During her first nights in Tir na Mara, Aisling joins the locals in outdoor celebrations. The circular dances around the bonfires, the chants framed by the sound of the sea, and the stories told by the elders captivate her deeply. On one of these nights, she hears about Lyre for the first time, the merman of the deep waters, an enigmatic figure said to be the guardian of ancient secrets and mystical powers. This story ignites a spark of curiosity in Aisling, making her want to learn more about this mysterious being and the world he inhabits. As the days pass, Aisling realizes that her scientific research and her interest in local legends begin to intertwine. She discovers that the biology of Tir na Mara's marine creatures is as unique as the stories told by the fishermen. With renewed determination, she prepares to dive into the port's deep waters, not only in search of scientific answers, but also to explore the legends that have captured her imagination and heart. Aisling O'Donnell grew up in a small coastal town where the sea was both a playground and a teacher. Her father, a fisherman, and her mother, a storyteller, instilled in her a passion for both the ocean and the legends it inspired. Her childhood was filled with adventures on rocky beaches and nights under the stars, listening to stories of magical beings that inhabited the depths. This unique combination of science and magic shaped Aisling into a curious and fearless woman. Deciding to pursue a career as a marine biologist, Aisling faced challenges and prejudices, but her determination never wavered. After years of study and research, she became a respected expert known for her innovative approach and tireless passion for the unknown. Her arrival in Tir na Mara was no accident. Drawn by the stories and unique biodiversity of the place, she saw an opportunity to combine her love for science and Celtic legends. Settling into a small cottage near the port, Aisling integrates into the local community, participating in their activities and absorbing their stories. She meets Seamus, an old fisherman who becomes her guide and friend. Seamus, with his time-wrinkled face and eyes that seem to know all the sea's secrets, shares with her stories about the mermen said to inhabit the port's waters. He warns her of the dangers, but also encourages her to follow her curiosity. Seamus is a man of many stories, his calloused hands and easy smile revealing a life dedicated to the sea. He tells Aisling about the times he saw strange figures in the waters, shadows moving too fast to be ordinary fish. Seamus speaks of Lyre with a mix of respect and fear, describing him as a guardian of the depths, protector of ancient secrets that should not be disturbed. Aisling, in turn, shares her scientific discoveries and theories about Tir na Mara's marine life with Seamus. They form an unlikely but complementary duo. While Seamus offers wisdom and empirical knowledge, Aisling brings scientific methods and an analytical mind. Together, they begin to plan how to find and understand Lyre, the merman of the legends. As Aisling delves deeper into her research, she also becomes closer to the local community. She participates in festivals, learns traditional dances, and listens attentively to the elders' stories. Her presence starts to be seen with less suspicion and more curiosity. The fishermen, initially reluctant, now greet her with smiles and friendly gestures. Aisling's journey is not only a scientific quest, but also a voyage of self-discovery. She realizes she is rediscovering parts of herself she had forgotten, parts that are enchanted by the magic and mystery of the world around her. Science and legend intertwine, creating a rich and complex tapestry that leads her to question what is real and what is imaginary. During one of her night research sessions, Aisling witnesses something extraordinary, a humanoid figure swimming gracefully in the port's depths. Fascinated, she feels an irresistible call to learn more about this creature. Motivated by the desire to understand the unknown and perhaps prove the existence of the legendary merman, Aisling decides to investigate further, embarking on a journey that will take her beyond the limits of the world she knows. She begins to spend nights on vigil, carefully observing the dark waters, noting every movement and sound. Seamus, realizing the seriousness of her mission, decides to help her by sharing old maps and knowledge about the port's tides and currents. He tells her about an ancient underwater cave where the merman is said to guard millennial secrets. Aisling, equipped with her diving gear and renewed determination, prepares to explore this cave. Her mind is filled with questions. Who is this creature? Why does he remain hidden? What does he guard in his underwater world? Aisling's first incursion into the underwater cave is a test of courage and skill. The waters are cold and dark, and the path is winding and full of dangers. Aisling moves carefully, using her flashlight to illuminate the way ahead. The cave walls are covered in phosphorescent algae, emitting a soft and mystical glow. Small fish swim around her, curious about the intruder in their domain. As Aisling advances, she feels a presence around her, something ancient and powerful. She knows she is approaching something significant. Suddenly, she sees a more intense light ahead, a glow that seems to pulse with its own energy. Aisling follows the light and reaches a larger chamber where she finds an ancient statue of a merman holding a shining amulet. She recognizes the amulet symbol as the same one she saw on one of Seamus's old maps. Determined to uncover the mystery, Aisling takes the amulet and feels a wave of energy pass through her body. However, in doing so, she awakens something in the cave. The waters around her begin to stir, and she hears a deep, guttural sound like a roar coming from the depths. Aisling realizes she needs to leave quickly. Swimming as fast as she can, she escapes the cave and emerges in the port's calm waters, gasping and holding the amulet tightly. Returning to the surface, Aisling feels exhausted but triumphant. She knows she is on the right track and that the amulet is the key to discovering more about Lyre and the underwater world he guards. When she shows the amulet to Seamus, he is impressed and a bit apprehensive. He warns her about the amulet's power and the dangers it may bring, but Aisling is determined to continue. Her journey is just beginning, and she is ready to face whatever comes next. As she begins her investigation, Aisling faces skepticism and resistance from the local fishermen, who fear her curiosity might awaken forces they prefer to keep dormant. Additionally, she encounters technical and climatic difficulties typical of the Irish coast. The waters are treacherous, and the weather can change rapidly, making dives dangerous and data collection arduous. As Aisling struggles to gain the inhabitants' trust and overcome adversities, she discovers an ancient Celtic artifact in the port's depths, an amulet that, according to legends, belonged to the merman himself. This artifact seems to emanate a mysterious energy, intensifying Aisling's curiosity and determination. However, her discovery does not go unnoticed. A group of fishermen, led by Declan, an ambitious man suspicious of outsiders, begins to watch her movements, believing the amulet can bring wealth and power. Declan is a tough man, with scars that tell stories of battles with the sea. He sees Aisling's arrival as a threat to his authority and an opportunity to gain something he believes to be of great value. He gathers his men and begins planning how to take the amulet for himself. Meanwhile, Aisling continues her research, unaware of the growing danger around her. On a stormy night, while Aisling prepares her diving gear, she is confronted by Declan and his men. They demand she hand over the amulet and abandon her quest. Aisling, however, refuses, determined to protect what she has discovered. The tension escalates, and a fight breaks out, resulting in Aisling being pushed into the port's dark waters. With difficulty, she manages to swim to the shore but realizes the amulet is gone. Losing the amulet is a devastating blow for Aisling, but she refuses to give up. With Seamus's help, she begins planning how to retrieve it and continue her quest. They decide to investigate the port's surroundings, looking for clues that might lead them to Declan and his men. Aisling knows the key to solving Lyre's mystery and protecting the port lies in the amulet, and she is determined to recover it at any cost. Meanwhile, Declan, now in possession of the amulet, begins to feel its power. He experiences strange visions and dreams, leading him to believe he can control the sea's forces and become a powerful leader. However, he also starts to realize the amulet has a will of its own and that its power cannot be easily controlled. Aisling and Seamus's search leads them to confrontations and challenges, but it also strengthens their friendship and determination. They know they are fighting for something greater than themselves, something that could affect the entire Tir Namara community. Aisling's journey becomes a battle not only against the elements and Declan's men, but also against time, as she races to uncover the amulet's secrets before it is too late. On an especially clear night, Aisling decides to dive into the port's deep waters, determined to find Lyre and recover the amulet. Using her scientific knowledge and courage, she follows clues that lead her to a deeper and darker place than she has ever explored. As she descends, she feels the presence of something powerful around her. Suddenly, a soft light begins to shine in front of her, revealing Lyre's majestic figure. He is a vision of ethereal beauty, with long, flowing hair like seaweed and eyes that reflect the ocean's depths. Lyre observes Aisling with curiosity and respect, recognizing in her a courageous and determined soul. They communicate through gestures and emotions, creating an immediate and profound connection. Intrigued by Aisling's courage, Lyre takes her to a hidden underwater realm, a world of vibrant colors and magical creatures. Aisling, amazed, begins to understand there is much more to the ocean than she could ever imagine. They swim through vast gardens of fluorescent corals and pass by schools of glowing fish that seem to dance around them. As they explore this enchanted world, Aisling meets mystical beings like Nev, the guardian of enchanted algae, and Finn, the guardian of ocean currents. Nev, with her serene and wise presence, teaches Aisling about marine plants with healing and magical properties. Finn, on the other hand, shares stories about the powerful currents that cross the ocean, showing Aisling how nature can be both an ally and an adversary. Each encounter enriches Aisling with knowledge and challenges as she delves deeper into Lyre's world. She learns about the rituals and traditions of aquatic beings, discovering they have a rich and complex culture, not so different from humans. Through these interactions, Aisling begins to realize that science and magic are not opposites but rather complements. Lyre reveals that the amulet is a key to a portal between worlds, but that the balance between them is threatened. Aisling's presence and her pure heart are essential to restoring this balance. He explains that the amulet has the power to unite the two worlds, but that its careless use can bring disasters. Aisling, aware of the responsibility she carries, promises to help protect the amulet and use its power for the good of both worlds. Aisling discovers that the amulet she found is the key to a portal connecting the human world to the aquatic being's world. However, to open this portal and unveil all its secrets, she must pass a test of courage. Guided by Lyre, Aisling faces her greatest fears in an underwater cave filled with dangers. She needs to prove her pure heart and determination. At the peak of her test, Aisling is betrayed by a local fisherman who tries to steal the amulet for personal gain. The betrayal puts her in great danger, but also reveals the true nature of the beings she encountered. Determined to overcome this adversity, Aisling uses her knowledge and courage to face the challenges that arise in her path. As Aisling advances through the cave, she encounters natural traps and hostile creatures testing her endurance and intelligence. Each obstacle overcome reinforces her determination and brings her closer to her goal. At a crucial moment, she finds a magical barrier that can only be crossed by those with a pure heart. Aisling, with her soul full of hope and altruism, manages to pass through the barrier and reaches the cave's final chamber. There, she discovers a surprising truth: the amulet is not just a key but also a test of character. Its power can only be used by those who demonstrate courage, wisdom, and compassion. Understanding this revelation, Aisling realizes her journey is not just about discovering secrets, but also about becoming a guardian of the balance between worlds. Suddenly, the traitorous fisherman, Declan, emerges from the shadows, trying to take the amulet by force. Aisling, though exhausted, faces him with determination. The fight is intense, but Aisling manages to use the amulet's magic to repel Declan, who is swept away by the cave's waters. With the betrayal exposed and the test passed, Aisling feels renewed confidence in herself and her mission. Lyre appears beside her, acknowledging her success and courage. He takes her back to the underwater realm, where the aquatic beings welcome her as a heroine. Aisling, now with a deeper understanding of her role, promises to continue protecting the amulet and the secrets it holds. She knows her journey is far from over, but she's ready to face any challenge that comes next. Overcoming betrayal and passing the test, Aisling gains the full trust of Lyre and the other aquatic creatures. Together, they form an alliance to protect the balance between the two worlds. The local fishermen, witnessing Aisling's courage and integrity, also join her, recognizing the importance of preserving Tir na Mara's mystical legacy. The community begins to see Aisling not just as a scientist, but as a guardian of the sea's secrets. The new alliance between humans and aquatic beings strengthens Aisling's determination to protect the port and its secrets. The cooperation between the two worlds brings hope and camaraderie, revealing new possibilities for the future. Meetings are held to discuss how best to protect the amulet and ensure it does not fall into the wrong hands again. In these meetings, the wisdom of the village elders and the millennial knowledge of the aquatic creatures complement each other, creating a solid strategy for defense and preservation. Aisling and Lyre, with Seamus's help and other fishermen, develop strategies to monitor port activities and prevent any threats. They establish lookout points and regular patrols, creating an effective defense system. Communication between humans and aquatic beings intensifies, with both sides sharing knowledge and skills. The fishermen learn to recognize subtle warning signs in the marine creatures' behavior, while the aquatic creatures better understand human intentions and actions. During one of these meetings, Aisling suggests creating an underwater sanctuary where the amulet can be safely stored and studied. Lyre agrees and offers his help to build the sanctuary in a cave protected by magical barriers. Combining human engineering and aquatic magic, they create a safe and sacred place for the amulet. The chosen cave is a place of natural beauty, adorned with bright corals and illuminated by a soft light that seems to emanate from the rocks themselves. As they work together, Aisling and Lyre develop a deep and sincere bond. They share stories about their worlds and dreams for the future, learning to respect and appreciate the differences and similarities between their cultures. This connection strengthens the alliance and inspires others to follow their example. Aisling, fascinated by Lyre's stories about the underwater realm, begins to realize there is a wealth of knowledge and culture yet to be discovered. The Tir Na Mara community begins to flourish, driven by the new harmony between humans and aquatic beings. Festivals are held to celebrate the union, and children learn about the legends and the importance of protecting the sea. Aisling, now seen as a leader and guardian, continues her research but with a new perspective and purpose. She works with Lyre to document the region's unique marine species and better understand the amulet's role in ecological balance. One of these festivals, the Tide Festival, becomes a symbol of a new era of cooperation. Held on a full moon night, the festival brings together villagers and aquatic creatures in a celebration of music, dance, and stories. Aquatic fireworks, created by the creatures' magical abilities, light up the sky and waters, creating a stunning spectacle. Children participate in games and competitions while the elders tell ancient legends of times of union and peace between the two worlds. During the festival, Aisling and Lyre are honored for their efforts. They are presented with a necklace of shells and pearls, a symbol of gratitude and respect from the aquatic community. Aisling, moved, thanks and reaffirms her commitment to protecting the port and its secrets. Lyre, by her side, promises to continue helping and maintaining peace between the worlds. Aisling and Lyre's journey becomes an inspiration for everyone in Tir Na Mara. They show that, despite differences, collaboration and mutual respect can lead to a better future. The unexpected alliance they formed not only protected the amulet and the port's secrets but also brought a new era of hope and prosperity to the community. Their union story is passed down from generation to generation, reminding everyone that true power lies in the courage to dream and the wisdom to work together. A powerful adversary, awakened by the imbalance caused by the traitorous fishermen, emerges from the depths to threaten Tir Na Mara. Aisling, Lyre, and their human and aquatic allies face this enemy in an epic battle that will test all their limits. The adversary, an ancient and malevolent creature named Baylor, seeks to destroy the port and take the amulet for his own purposes. His presence is announced by violent storms and dangerous currents, signs that a great threat is about to emerge. The battle is intense and full of dangers. Baylor, with his army of dark creatures, attacks with fury, trying to break through the Alliance's defenses. Aisling and Lyre, fighting side by side, coordinate efforts to protect the amulet and maintain the balance between worlds. The fishermen, armed with ancient knowledge and renewed courage, face the creatures bravely. Each fighter knows they are fighting not just for their own lives, but for the future of Tir Na Mara and both worlds. During the confrontation, Aisling realizes Baylor is after a hidden power within the amulet, a power that can destroy or save both worlds. She understands she needs to use the amulet wisely and strategically to defeat Baylor and protect Tir Na Mara. With Lyre's help, she manages to activate the underwater sanctuary's magical defenses, creating a barrier that repels Baylor's forces. However, Baylor is cunning and finds breaches in the defenses, advancing dangerously toward the amulet. At the battle's most critical moment, an unexpected twist occurs. Declan, the traitorous fisherman, reappears, this time repentant and willing to help. He reveals crucial information about Baylor's weaknesses and offers his strength to fight the creature. Aisling, though cautious, accepts his help, recognizing that any support is valuable in this desperate fight. Motivated by the desire to redeem his mistakes, Declan fights bravely alongside Aisling and Lyre, using his knowledge of the sea to turn the tide of battle. With Declan by her side, Aisling and Lyre manage to weaken Baylor, using the amulet's power to seal the creature in a magical prison in the ocean's depths. The battle ends, and peace is restored in Tir Na Mara. Exhausted but triumphant, Aisling thanks everyone for their courage and loyalty. The alliance between humans and aquatic beings is further strengthened, cemented by the victory over Baylor and renewed mutual trust. After the battle, Aisling and Lyre return to the underwater sanctuary to ensure the amulet is safe. They reinforce the magical defenses and establish a continuous surveillance system to protect the amulet from future threats. Aisling, with Seamus and the fishermen's support, starts a community education program teaching new generations the importance of protecting the sea and respecting ancient traditions. As the community celebrates the victory, Aisling and Lyre reflect on recent events. They know that, although they won this battle, the fight to protect the balance between worlds is ongoing. Aisling feels a deep connection with Lyre and the aquatic world and decides to dedicate her life to preserving this harmony. She understands her journey is far from over but is ready to face any challenge that comes next. With the threat defeated and balance restored, Aisling returns to the surface, bringing with her a new understanding of the world and herself. She bids farewell to Lyre, promising to protect and honor the port's secrets. Lyre, in turn, assures her he will always be by her side, protecting the oceans and maintaining the connection between worlds. The farewell is marked by an underwater ceremony, where Aisling is honored by the marine creatures for her bravery and dedication. The inhabitants of Tir Na Mara, now aware of the port's true nature and the legends surrounding it, celebrate the victory and Aisling's courage. She, transformed by her experiences, finds peace and satisfaction, knowing her bond with the aquatic world will be eternal. The village's children look up to her with admiration, seeing her as a heroine who saved their community and kept the legend's magic alive. Aisling and Lyre's story becomes a living legend, passed down from generation to generation, inspiring others to seek the balance between science and magic, reason and heart. Aisling reflects on her journey, feeling a deep gratitude for the lessons learned and alliances formed. She returns to her work with a new perspective, determined to continue exploring and protecting the sea's mysteries, now with the certainty that the extraordinary is always within reach if one has the courage to seek it. She starts new research projects focused on preserving marine biodiversity and exploring sustainable ways for humans to coexist with the aquatic environment. With the amulet safe in the underwater sanctuary, Aisling and Seamus continue working together, educating the community on the importance of environmental preservation and respecting ancient traditions. Festivals are regularly held to celebrate the union between humans and aquatic beings, and new generations grow up knowing and valuing Tir Na Mara's mystical legacy. The collaboration between the two worlds becomes a model for other coastal communities, showing that harmony is possible when there is respect and cooperation. Aisling and Lyre's story spreads beyond Tir Na Mara, inspiring researchers, conservationists, and storytellers around the world. Aisling is invited to share her experiences at conferences and events, where she speaks about the importance of keeping the connection between science and magic alive. Her work and discoveries are published in renowned scientific journals, and her name becomes synonymous with courage, innovation, and environmental preservation. Life in Tir na Mara continues peacefully, with the community thriving and the port safe under its guardian's protection. Aisling, now seen as a respected and beloved figure, continues exploring the ocean's depths, always searching for new mysteries and adventures. And so, the story of the port's merman and the marine biologist who dared to dream beyond known limits endures, a testament that true power lies in the courage to follow our dreams and the wisdom to respect the world around us. As the sun sets over the port's calm waters, Aisling feels at peace, knowing she has made a difference. She looks to the horizon, where the sky meets the sea, and feels a deep connection with everything around her. Her heart is full of hope and determination, ready to face any challenge the future may bring. Aisling and Lyre's journey continues, one chapter at a time, written in the waves and stars, an eternal legacy of courage, love, and unity. Good night and enchanted dreams.